All right, our next segment now on the Odds Couple Sports Betting Show is initial thoughts on preseason week 3 in the NFL, of course, dress rehearsals. Now, today is Monday, so we're not going to give any picks. Of course, there's a lot of news that will come out. I believe we're scheduled to give picks on Wednesday of this week.
Yep.
Even then, there's news that comes out later on. But, the big thing about the dress rehearsal week is that the starters tend to play a lot, often into the second half.
Yep.
And so you can handicap the first half of games if you think that one team is going to have a particular edge with their starters. A lot of interesting things from the first 2 weeks in the preseason, right? The first one catches my eye. Dak Prescott looking like he might. I mean, again, he's been playing against backups and vanilla offenses, but the results have definitely been there. The Pats are not playing Tom Brady, and he's not going to play this week, I've been reading.
That's what I heard, too.
Cam Newton, on the other hand, who is playing with the Panthers are playing against the Pats, he is probably going to play into the second half this upcoming. And then also, the Texans have done great on defense. Their defense is taking a step up. And on offense, they've got a lot of speed at receiver. All Osweiler has to do is hit the targets. They might have an explosive offense. I don't know. It's interesting, Mike Brenner. What are your thoughts on past 2 weeks of the NFL and looking ahead to?
Yeah, well, a lot of stuff's starting to come out. And like you said, Pete, this is known as the dress rehearsal, where a lot of teams are going to be seeing what their starting unit can do. I like Atlanta. I really like the Atlanta Falcons. This team is showing some things, and I really felt they would. It's the third year for Dan Quinn, so now he's built his defense, and I think their defense is going to cause a lot of problems. And I look for the bookies going to be adjusting on the Atlanta spreads as the year goes on. But in this week, I like Atlanta. If I'm correct, they were at Miami, and they're
at Miami. They're an underdog. Yeah. Who did they play? Was it week 1 or week 2 that you picked Atlanta as a similar price?
Absolutely, and I forget who they called, and they did it, and they did it easily.
And then Miami, I haven't looked deep into what Miami's problems were in the preseason so far, but I know they were big.
They are big, and they're having some defensive injuries as well in camp, so that's going to plague them. But I like that, Pete, and I wanted to ask you what you thought about 49ers at Denver.
49ers, well, Denver is obviously having issues, right? Yeah. Offensively, I'm not exactly sure what I think of that. I have no notes on that as of right now.
Okay.
But in general, let me see, where's the San Francisco at Denver?
Yeah.
I have San Francisco at home against the Packers.
Okay, well, I had them, I don't know what, maybe I'm looking at the wrong one then. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Atlanta is at Miami, right?
Yes, that's right. Denver is...
against the Packers. Maybe that was my bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's possible. So, but Houston is definitely looking like a very strong team right now, both on offense and defense. They're just a 1-point home favorite against Arizona. And again, Arizona, even though it's the dress rehearsal, they're older starters. They're not going to want to be pressing, in this one. I'm thinking
I look for them to not even play a first full half. So.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And there might be some reports coming out. And if those reports do come out that is the case, then the line will jump.
Absolutely. I like that look, Pete. I like that.
All right. Any other thoughts for a preseason NFL Week 3?
Well, I'm looking at that Cleveland at Tampa. Mm-hmm. That ought to be an interesting game. Tampa's favored, and I think Cleveland's going to be playing a little bit better. I like them I wrote this down as a first half because I think Griffin really wants to seal the deal, and he will do that with a good performance in first half at Tampa, who, from what I'm reading, are still having some serious issues on that offensive line, Pete. Now, again, I don't know, how much plays into that, but I like Cleveland on a first half this week in the dress rehearsal week 3.
Okay, and what about the Buffalo Bills? Tyrod Taylor has been playing very well in the preseason.
Yes, he has. You've been having a good eye on him.
And they're a road dog at Washington. Maybe Washington might be good. Maybe Buffalo might be good at +3, or taking them again in one of these preseason teasers. That might be good.
Well, I was already thinking that. You took the words out of my mouth. I thought Buffalo on a teaser. Absolutely.
Really? Okay.
Absolutely.
Wow, all right.
And I like that with Cleveland. I wanted to put those two together.
Or with Atlanta.
With Atlanta too, the 3 of them. I could do a 3-teamer. So I'm gonna put a teaser out for this week 3 dress rehearsal.
Yeah,
also,
and that'll all come
on
Wednesday when we give our final picks. A lot of information that comes in, and again, the main thing to remember is that the starters play the first half and then the backups, and it's all uncertain. But the information does tend to come in over the course of the week.
Absolutely, Pete. Football's in the air, baby. Are you ready?
Yes,
I am fired up.
Go to SBRodds.com. Browse, compare, and shop live odds available at top online sportsbooks.